has experienced this, and wait, since he might have to go, because he might have a time limit, I just want him to. Can you share your story real quick, Ted?
Well, mainly, what I want to go into actually explain about is when a homeless shelter kicks out a person that has a disability.
Louder.
Main thing what I want to do is I want to go ahead and show people
Oh yeah.
that kicking a person out because they have a disability.
Right.
Yeah, the main thing I want to show is I want to show that kicking a person out of a shelter because they have a disability is against the law, and these shelters do not have right to do this. And so they have already done this to me, and they kicked me out of the shelter because I had a seizure and couldn't. So what I want to do is I want to show is the actual power that we have for doing this. And one thing is by showing the ADA that there is laws that do protect us. Thank you.
Okay, and so, so sort of like he said, the shelters are very arbitrary in who they allow to stay and what they will pick you up for. Okay. There are certain people who are not allowed to be in the shelter at all. If you're a single man, there's a lot of competition for space because you're not very fundable. You don't look cute on a card, for donors. If you, and so there's a lot of people who end up either they don't want to stay in the shelters because the conditions are so bad, or they cannot stay in the shelters. They pass their time limits. They said something that the staff member didn't like. They had a medical condition. They get kicked out arbitrarily, and there's this huge deficit in terms of the amount of shelter that is needed to basically shelter everybody who has issues with homelessness. They want to invest. They invest in prisons in the state, but they don't invest in facilities, and the facilities are very arbitrary. So, and also can be have very bad conditions, like in the overflow shelter where the men, a lot of men sleep, about 300 men sleep. They sleep on asphalt, and there's with like a mat, but there's like bed bugs crawling all over you and biting you, and you're just packed in there like sardines. And it's policed like a prison. You have actual cops on duty, off-duty cops that are working in the shelter to police it, and so there's no free speech, there's no real rights, but it's partially because we're not holding them accountable, and that's why there's laws like this, that they want to do with laws like the camping law is either push people out of the city or push people into areas like the Central Arizona Shelter Services, the downtown shelter, so that we as some of us are experiencing homelessness here. So, and you never can tell by looking necessarily. So, but also it makes people who are not experiencing homelessness not see the people, not have to know that they're there, not have to deal with them, being in their pretty public spaces, not having to know that there are so many people that have lost their houses in the economic downturn, that it basically invisibilizes them and it marginalizes them. And also, once you get in, there are many laws that criminalize homelessness. This is only one law. There's also like aggressive panhandling, there's loitering is used a lot, trespassing, things like that. And basically you can start accumulating convictions. Like people actually get paroled to the street, people who can't stay in the shelters, and then sometimes they get their parole violated because they're sleeping on the street where they were paroled to, So the system doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't accommodate for it. They want to marginalize people and push them away. Now, these laws spread across the country about 15 years ago to now. you know, but most of them haven't been challenged. But in Los Angeles, they did get challenged. They had a sleeping ordinance, and let's see, which Court of Appeals are we in? Yeah, the Ninth Circuit. Thank you. Which we're under as well. In 2006, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals affirmed an injunction against the city ordinance that prohibited overnight sleeping in public areas under the same Eighth Amendment rationale because the city did not have enough beds to house the homeless, a greater number of homeless people than the number of available beds, and basically that's one of the reasons why the law is unconstitutional. I just want to go over like how broad it is. It's a very, very broad law.